close you got to the barrier here. You parked way too close.
Oh, Beth, don't have a heart attack.
Mark, that's what I told you. But did you listen?
No. That's why we're here. You look behind us.
There's the hospital.
Behind us
Us.
is a hospital in Belgium.
Yep.
We'll get into it and tell you guys, give you an update on what's going on. I'm fine. Beth's fine.
We're all
Everything
fine.
is good.
Yeah.
But I had an episode and we had to leave the ship early.
Details later.
Yeah, details later. We're going to sit down and give you the whole thing in just a minute.
But I'm happy I got him out. He's out of the hospital.
All right. See you in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so that was a couple minutes ago on your end. Well, not even a couple seconds ago. That was actually, how many days now, Beth?
2 days, 3 days.
2 or 3 days ago. I had just gotten out of the hospital. I had a heart attack on the ship.
Yeah, he woke up not feeling well Saturday morning, and we had just docked at Brugge in Belgium, and we went to the medical downstairs, and what happened?
Well, let's just say right now everything is fine and everything is good. And if you're happy with that news, you can end the video right here. If you want to hear the whole story, here it is. Woke up in the morning, like Beth said, and chest hurt a little bit, and my arm was numb, and my fingers were tingling, and I was like, well, that's really not that good. Maybe I slept on it wrong or something. But we were getting ready to go, I think, to breakfast.
No, to Brugge.
To Brugge, that's right.
Yeah.
To go to Brugge to go on our little tour thing. And we decided we're not going to go on the tour because I wasn't feeling that good. It was about 5 minutes to 10. And Beth said, you know what, maybe you should take some aspirin just in case. Mm-hmm. And I did. And when I did, the pain kind of went away. And I said, okay, we gotta go see somebody because
That was scary.
yeah, when the pain stopped, that's a
Because
bad
of the
part.
aspirin.
Yeah. So we got downstairs. It was 5 minutes to 10 or
After
that we
10.
went down.
Yeah.
Beth called ahead and said we were coming down. And basically we got there and knocked on the door, and the door was locked, and the guy opened the door up. And he asked if we could help down in or if he could help down in the medical thing. I said, yeah. I said, my chest hurts and I have pain in my left arm and my fingers are tingling. He said, get in here, lay down.
Yeah, I mean, and
then-
they went into full mode. They got him in the bed, got him hooked up to an EKG within like 5 minutes, or not even. Took blood, and there were like 10 people in the room. It was kind of scary, right?
Yeah. And then they got the EKG back right away, and
The doctor said,
you're having a heart attack.
yeah.
And you have to get off the ship. We have to send you to the hospital. So
They called for an ambulance.
I'm sorry.
So they called for an ambulance. They got Mark set to get off the ship to get to the hospital right away. And then for me...
That was the hard part. I had to watch him tell her.
Yeah, and then I kind of started crying like Mark's now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they said no. Mark said don't leave her alone. So they sent somebody with me to our cabin so I could pack up everything and get everything ready. I had to get passports because they had to have a copy of Mark's passport for him to get off the boat. He didn't go through immigration. They just looked at it and said, okay,
Nope.
get on the ambulance.
Yeah.
And then somebody with Holland America stayed with me, helped me pack up everything, took me down to the dock. Mark had already left. He was already at the hospital by the time I got off the boat.
Yeah, they just threw me in the back of the ambulance. Well, it didn't throw me in the back of the ambulance. It's funny. I was on a gurney in the
Emergency.
medical bay.
Mm.
Then they put me onto a different gurney and brought me up into the ship someplace in the back. Took me off of that gurney, put me on a different gurney, rolled me through the ship
Down
as
the hall.
everybody's leaving. Stop the gangway, get everybody off the gangway. They rolled me down the gangway, put me on a different gurney,
Mm-hmm.
and then put me in the ambulance and off we went to the
Yeah.
hospital.
They also, when they ordered the ambulance, they made sure a doctor was in the ambulance with Mark for the trip from the boat to the ship. So we actually had a heart guy with him for that journey
Yeah.
back to the hospital.
Yeah, they did really good.
And then meanwhile, I was at the dock waiting for a taxi to take me.
This is after you packed. The lady
Yeah.
came and helped you pack.
Right,
and
we
everything.
packed up everything,
Yeah.
brought our suitcases downstairs, and then I got off the boat, and they ordered a taxi for me and my 5 suitcases to go to immigration and then to the hospital. And we had to make a detour and go to the hotel to drop off the 5 suitcases because the hospital said you can't bring those in here. So, meanwhile, this whole time I'm in the cab dealing with the getting the suitcases and all that. Mark's at the hospital having surgery.
Oh, same timeline. I mean,
Yeah.
I got ambulance to the hospital, from the hospital to surgery, not even a stop in between, up to surgery. They prepped me for this procedure where they took a little nick in your wrist and shove a tube up your arm into your heart and look at it while they have this tube thing going. Big machine, very good doctor, x-raying the heart. They put a dye in so they could see the veins and stuff. And first thing the guy says, well, your left ventricle is good and your left artery is good or whatever. And I'm like, oh crap, this whole thing is because of nothing. And then he goes, let's check the other side. And he does. He goes, yeah, I see a problem here. We're going to have to put a stent in. And they put a balloon in my arm up in there to open it up or something. And they put a stent, which is basically just a lining that they put. I'm sure you're probably familiar with it. They put a lining inside the vein so that the blood can flow better. And the whole thing started at
10 o'clock when we got to the
10
clinic.
o'clock when we got to the clinic.
On the boat.
11:30 I was at the
hospital.
12:30 I was done
He was in his room
in my room.
post-surgery. And when I finally got to the hospital, it was
I had already had lunch.
yeah, it was like 1:30, and everything had been done. I mean, we communicated with each other. They didn't put him to sleep for the operation or anything. And
No, it was all local.
He texted me before. He texted me right after. They let me know what was going on, and then and then they were like, "Okay, you're good."
Some of our reflections upon this whole thing: never leave the country without travel insurance.
Yes.
We're struggling with it now. We are covered. We have traveler's insurance that covers this thing. But I think I spent 3 days in the hospital. Actually, it was like almost to the tick of 72 hours in the hospital.
Yeah.
And the surgery, the meds, all that stuff, we're looking at over, probably when it's all said and done, 30 grand.
Yeah, it's about 30 grand. There's a bill from the clinic from the ship also, not just the hospital bill, but the clinic at the ship for their emergency.
It's not free. It's not
for
free.
their emergency work that they did. That was.
And since we got there 2 minutes after 10,
it was more expensive.
It was overtime.
So if you're having a heart attack on one of the ships,
you have to have it between 8 and 10 when the clinic is open. Otherwise, don't. If you're not insured and you're paying cash, unless you have this silver heart attack package.
And everybody that we talked to were like, "Oh, you're so lucky you had a heart attack there," because we were at port. So it was very easy for Mark to get to the hospital to get the care he needed right away. 2 days before that, we were in the middle of the Atlantic.
But I suspect, Beth, and we're kind of speculating here a little bit, but I suspect from how I got treated on that ship, I think they could have kept me alive for quite a while.
I mean, they had
quite a while.
They had 2 doctors on board, plus the nurses, plus the EK. They had machines and stuff. They don't do surgery on the ships, but they certainly have critical care.
And they had the whole thing.
Yeah.
So back to the heart attack, back to the whole 72 hours in the hospital, releasing. I felt fine the whole time, except for the pain in my chest. They gave me the glycerin pill under my tongue or whatever it was.
Right, it was a spray.
Yeah, but
yeah. But meanwhile, the visiting hours at the hospital are from 3 to 4 and from 7 to 8. So
Did
2 hours a day is the only visiting hours they have. And I was, what?
Go ahead. Did we mention to anybody where we are?
Yeah, we're in Bruges. We did.
I don't know if I remember saying that we were in
the
Belgium.
previous little part.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So we're in Bruges, Belgium.
Yeah.
I was staying at a hotel. I was trying to Uber back and forth to the hospital, and I was not happy. I was staying at a hotel where all the nice guys, but it was all the guys that work on the boats and the ships at the port here, and it was like that's where they stay when they're not on the boat. So
Kind of like a Super 8.
yeah, with all the guys.
Just
Which-
a bed,
It was nice.
a
It
warm
had
bed and a
breakfast.
shower.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
had and so that was nice. But I didn't like being by myself. I didn't like staying there, and I didn't like traveling back and forth. Mark contacted Harro
I called Harro.
and said, "Beth, you need to rescue Beth,"
I said, get the van down here to Bruges
which is
if you can.
yeah.
Possibly do it. This whole thing happened on the Easter Sunday.
Yeah, you had the heart attack Saturday. Sunday was the next day
So-
when he contacted Harro, and they TYMECK drove our van from where they
This
live,
van that we're in,
we're up north of Amsterdam, all the way here to Bruges, 300
over
and
300 some kilometers,
Yeah.
drove it down here.
and then took a train back to get home. So it was like he left at 10 o'clock in the morning, didn't get home till 10 o'clock that night,
And just dropped everything.
and took care of me. It was just so wonderful. I mean, so then I had the van to live in. I could move all our 5 suitcases worth of crap into the van,
Be able to get to the
and I
hospital.
could drive myself to the hospital.
Leave the
back
van
and
in the
forth.
parking lot.
Yeah,
You didn't sleep in the parking lot. But
No, I
found a
found-
very nice campground
10 minutes
10 minutes from the
from the hospital.
hospital.
So thank God for Harro and TYMECK. Thank you, because I was not, it was wonderful.
EuropeanRoadTrip.com.
Yeah, thank you. So they got the camper van to me, so we had someplace to live. And then when Mark got released from the hospital, I just drove to the hospital in the camper and picked him up, which is where we videotaped.
And can't emphasize that enough, the Harro thing.
Yeah,
You really have somebody here. If
That
you're
we-
renting a van, or if you're thinking about doing a European trip similar to what we're doing, with Harro we have an advocate. If something goes bad, he can help us. I mean, otherwise, what would we have done? I mean,
I don't know. Well, I was considering renting a car and driving the car to where the van was to pick it up, and
then drop the
drive
van
and bring the van back. But
yeah.
that would have been like a 700-kilometer round trip for me to
Yep.
just go get the
Yep.
camper. So that would have been really hard. Meanwhile, I want to be by Mark here. I don't want to leave him here and go wandering around Europe trying to find the camper van. So it was good. It was excellent that TYMECK and Harro helped us out, and we consider them very good friends. So
Yep.
and a blessing, huge blessing. What?
Nothing. You're absolutely right. I thought I said the same thing.
I wanted to say it too.
Okay. So moving forward, what's happening? We're here in Bruges. We kind of delayed. We were supposed to be in Germany right now, but Germany on a map is like we're up here. Germany is over here, the places we want to go, and we're leaving from here to go to England on Friday. Today is Saturday, so next Friday we're leaving to go to England. So we didn't think it made any sense to go over here and go back. So we're kind of just hanging out in Bruges, getting the camper ready for us, and we're going to continue on our journey, which the guy who did the stent surgery said, have at it.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead. I have to see a cardiologist in
Ireland.
6 weeks. Probably will be in Ireland.
Yep.
That's also covered by the insurance. All the medications that I'm going to be on now, because those have changed, on a blood thinner, on a cholesterol thing. That's all new medications I'm going to have to take. My diet's changed a little bit now. Not a lot from what I was doing, but there's some people out there that referenced candy bacon is no longer on my menu. It never really was, but you have it one time
And then you have a
and you
heart
have a heart
attack the next
attack.
day.
So I would advise against
No
candy
candy
bacon. So that's off my list. But we've added some other things, and just diet has changed a little bit, not a whole lot.
No.
And we're happy to just be here, right?
Yeah, happy to be together in the camper. And we're going to move forward. We're going to continue our travels in Europe, England, and Ireland. And then we'll head back home late next fall like our plans originally were. Of course, Mark has to go see a cardiologist to get another clean bill.
I think I said that.
Yeah, but to get another clean bill of health so that we can continue on, so that we know we're okay. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And then, yeah, after that, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Anything else? I think that's covers just about everything.
Yep.
Yeah, harrowing experience, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And with anything medical or anything like that, it's not the actual, for me, it's not the actual effect. It's the not knowing what's next.
Mm-hmm.
And we know what's next now.
Yeah.
And put it in the comments if you want to know what you should look for if you're having a heart attack. I know. I can help you with that. So, yeah, it was pain here, like you slept on it wrong, or like
tightness, or
first day after baseball practice. You know, a little tight. You know, that's kind of how it felt, but it wouldn't go away, and it didn't change. Couldn't stretch it out or anything, and fingers are numb. Backs of my arms were numb and hurting, and also surprisingly, a little bit in my calves. But I thought that was just from walking, but the doctor said that was probably the heart attack as well. So I have to watch Beth every day now, make sure that she doesn't have any of these pains.
Oh, and Beth knew where the aspirin was.
Always have an old broad.
It's an old joke.
Don't go for the trophy wives. They don't know where the aspirin is. So moving forward, we're happy to be here. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
I know this wasn't the video you expected to see from us this week.
Right.
And moving forward, I think our videos will be more kind of what you're used to seeing. And I don't want to play this up for anything else than what it is, except for a slight delay in our travel plans.
Yes. A scary few days.
Yeah. So until next time.
Yeah.
We'll see you
up and down the road.